Today, we're going to talk about the quality of your protein and why this truly matters. All right, my beautiful people, welcome to my channel. I am always talking about vegetables and how they have anti-nutrients like salicylates and oxalates and goitrogens and nightshades and lectins and saponins and tannins, and how they can jack you up, and why going carnivore kind of makes sense. The idea of doing a carnivore diet feels very enticing if you're coming from this world of plants where you're dealing with the anti-nutrients and the inflammation. Eating an all meat-based diet will definitely clear up the issues with the anti-nutrients in plants. For those out there who feel like they cannot afford grass-fed beef, it is worth it to do the research. Grain-fed cows are typically fed corn and soy. Not only that, genetically modified. So there's a couple problems there. Number one, corn really makes cows sick. Their stomach should be neutral, but they develop a condition called acidosis. They feel terrible. They develop diarrhea, liver disease, heartburn, ulcers, they're bloated. And then there's the GMO side. And well, that has been, dare I say, a leader of the big C word. And then there's the E. coli problem. So it's very important to save your money and go for grass-fed. A lot of you guys out there doing carnivore diets still do not realize all the anti-nutrients in plants and in nuts and seeds. But no one really talks about the quality of your protein. What proteins should we be eating on a carnivore? It's actually keto and carnivore diet. Well, we've got your pork and your chicken and your beef and your elk and your deer, and we have your lamb and goat and fish and cod and salmon and mackerel and sardines. About 3 months ago, I decided to stop buying my protein from the supermarket. And of course now the vegetables, because of the company called A, and then the next part is called Peel. Not buying that produce anymore, so look out for that sticker. But when it comes to the proteins, we really do not understand, number one, how sick these friggin' animals are, the feed that they're eating, and how they're treated. So let's break it down. Not only is the commercialized chickens that you're eating, well, they're fed soy and corn, and they're injected with antibiotics and hormones, have like massive chicken breasts, but they look perfect in the supermarket. I mean, it's atrocious. Like, not a weird vein or dark color or anything. They're perfect because you know what? They're washed in chlorine. You think this chicken looks divine and juicy and fabulous, but it's really not, because they wash it in chlorine. Often they even have this sort of pale color because they're washed in this chemical solution, which is so harmful to the body, so cancer causing to the body. And that's just the chicken. Let's keep going. Pretty much with all the animals, you have the same problem. We've got the soy, and then we have the soybean, and then we have the corn. These are genetically modified. They've got pesticides on the feed. It's a nightmare. They also put the antibiotics in their feed, but that's not all. They also put a chemical that helps them increase their weight. You can't make this stuff up. You know, your basic hog meat. This is the reason why I keep pushing not going to the market. And not only that, there's the M&M and the Robert and the A. Yes, that they've decided recently, or probably a long time ago, to put in your basic oinkers. And well, let's talk about salmon. Most people can't afford Alaskan salmon, and in a couple months you won't be able to even afford friggin' a chicken McNugget, salmon McNugget. I mean, the methyl and the mercury in the salmon. Y'all do not touch farmed salmon. Not good. The one food a lot of you guys are eating is ground beef. And I mean, y'all go find some local farms out there because of, the pink and the slime. Yes, this nasty chemical to keep the colors bright and fabulous. I really hope that these visuals help people understand that if you do just a little bit more work, you can find affordable, grass-fed ground beef and avoid this disgusting, nasty, cancer-causing ridiculousness. We also have our garden variety processed meats like bacon. A lot of you guys are going to Sam's Club and Costco for your bacon. No, stop right now. They like to use this chemical called sodium nitrates. It pretty much preserves it, gives the fresh color of your sandwich meats and your hot dogs and your bacon. Y'all do the research. And the dairy, the milk, the non-organic, non-grass-fed butter, basically the dairy. And well, that's also loaded in hormones, chemicals, soy, corn, A1 cows, RVGH, not good in your dairy. Young girls are starting their periods early, they're developing breast too early. Some of the boys are growing exponentially tall. That's not a good thing if it's a hormone that can cause other autoimmune issues. Pretty scary times we're living in these days. I really recommend that you guys stop either being lazy or put some money aside for animals that aren't just loaded in garbage, because that garbage that they're loaded in becomes your garbage. You become the trash can from their toxic load. A lot of you guys are using these low carb, ketogenic, and carnivore protocols or dietary lifestyles to try to heal autoimmunity, not worsen it. We have to do our due diligence and really go for the quality control of these meats. If you're wondering why you're not adapting or why your skin isn't healing or why you're breaking out on some of these carnivore meats, well, now you know why. Unfortunately, they are also starting to mess with your grass-fed and organic animals who are fed organic feed and who are grass-fed. It's time to start looking for your local farms and talking to the farmers and asking, this is what I do, what kind of feed do these animals get? How are they treated? Are they injected anything that you don't want them to be injected with, if you get my drift? I truly want to stress the quality of these meats. It's beyond adapting with 200 grams of fat. Like I mentioned previously, people are doing these diets to try to fix inflammation and it's not working, or they're not losing weight. And they're eating the freaking bacon and the eggs and the chicken and the salmon and the beef, but they're not going for the quality control, and it does matter. A few years ago when carnivore started trending, people would say, well, it's better than the standard American diet, so have at it. Just go ahead and buy your nitrate bologna or get your washed with chlorine chicken. You always have to be careful what you say as well in these freaking things, but I really want to inform you that it is more than just how many grams of protein, how many grams of fat. It's a lot more than that. Check the quality control. All of these foods are banned in other countries because we don't regulate here in the US what things go into the feed or are injected into our animals, or the treatment or the environments that they're in, we have to start going for the quality control. It's time to make a change. If you want to learn more, go to stephanieperson.com. Sign up for a consultation if you guys need help with your healing of the body. You can also go to Stephanie the Business Person online Facebook fan page. I also have an Instagram, which is Stephanie Ketogenic. Don't forget to check out the next video. Comment below. Let me know, are you still going to your Kroger's and your Sam's Club and your Costco to get your meats? Are you worried? Do you not care? Comment below.